Welcome back. You're watching WION World is One. I'm Shivan Chandna. Let's start with the headlines. Ahead of Prime Minister of Canada Mark Carney's visit to India, Canadian officials in a technical briefing say India is no longer linked to violent crimes in Canada, marking a significant shift in tone and positive development in bilateral ties. Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu wears traditional Indian clothing ahead of their joint dinner in Jerusalem, delighting Prime Minister Modi and sharing the moment on social media.
Pakistan finds it unbelievable that the developmental budget of Jammu and Kashmir is more than double the recent bailout package they sought from the IMF.
India issues a strong rebuttal to Pakistan at the United Nations, accuses Islamabad of spreading propaganda, asserting that the development progress in Jammu and Kashmir stands in sharp contrast to Pakistan's ongoing economic challenges. US Secretary of State Marco Rubio warns that Iran must negotiate on its missile program, calling Tehran's refusal to discuss ballistic missiles as a major problem. Speaks ahead of the new US-Iran talks in Geneva scheduled today. Multiple explosions heard in central Kyiv as officials warn of air raids ahead of planned Geneva talks with US representatives on ending the Russia-Ukraine war. Kyiv's military chief reports attacks by strike drones and ballistic missiles. Cuba says it thwarted gunmen trying to infiltrate from the United States as its Coast Guard opened fire at a Florida-registered speedboat near its shores, killing 4 people and wounding 6. Former U.S. Secretary of State Hillary Clinton to testify behind closed doors today before a congressional committee investigating late convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein and his accomplice Ghislaine Maxwell. Hong Kong pro-democracy media tycoon Jimmy Lai wins an appeal against the 2022 fraud conviction. The fraud case is unrelated to the 20-year sentence that he received this month under Beijing's national security law. Brazil has suspended imports of cocoa beans from Ivory Coast over pest and disease risks. The move comes as the West African nation faces a cocoa export crisis, with falling prices and liquidity problems affecting farmers who rely heavily on the crop for their livelihoods. Sri Lanka's hopes of reaching the semi-finals of the T20 World Cup are over. The co-hosts have been knocked out following their 61-run defeat to New Zealand in Colombo.